Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and this is another open with me. And I have a feeling this is the newer magazine, the one that is half the price. So while I'm getting into this, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And hopefully you'll be informed when new videos pop up. And also, if you could like, share and hype this video, it really does help my channel. Okay, so straight away I noticed some similarities between this and Crochet Now, because I've just opened Crochet Now. And there's a few patterns that look strikingly similar. And I know this is made by them. This is £4.99, as it says in big letters there. But we've got some amigurumis, we've got some accessories, we have things for kids and babies, cushions stitched for spring, and well, lots and lots of stuff. So let's have a look. Now I have just opened and done the video for the Crochet Now. So if there's anything similar, it would be glaringly obvious. So this is an advert for the Horizon, which I do have in my shop, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the way this really is a true ombre. And it's so nice. Anyway, let's move on. Some kind of cardi, bolero type. Sorry if you can hear my freezer. We've got a bunny. That's quite fluffy, this one. Quite nice. We've got a basket of chicks. We've got an odd cushion. Looks like the old Moo Moo stuff. Do you know what I mean when I say that? They did a lot of hats and bits and pieces and charged hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds for him, or maybe even more than hundreds, I don't know, but it was just scraps like that. We've got sort of made with fretwork, this one, and this is very similar to something that was in the other magazine, but that's not what was striking me, you know, which sort of loomed up at me. So this is just an advert for Craft World. You can download stuff. Now they're doing a huggable bouquet. Now, you know, you get these bouquet where you can make the blanket and then you can make the flowers that go around. Well, you don't have to make the flowers. You can buy them already made and just attach them. But of course, you know, if you're skillful at it, you can make your own flowers anyway. Yarn Stars of Insta. So we're showing some Yarn Stars of Instagram. Peppermint Love Cardigan. This is Lauren Willis. And stylish cardigan worked holding DK and halo lace yarn together for a gentle fluffy finish. Okay, so there we are. It is an extra small up to a 5XL, which the garments that are in Crochet Now wear. So it's another little telltale sign. I'm not really keen on this part of the sleeve, got to say. A tad messy, but it is a beginner friendly, and the schematic does show it being just blocky. Woodland Critters Blanket by Rebecca Armstrong. So we got squirrels to you guys across the pond, squirrels. And they're kind of bunnies or hares and deers that I can identify. So yeah, it's quite nice, different. Never seen anything like that before, so that's cool. And it's saying it's intermediate, don't know why, it's just colour work. Really? There's the charts if you want to use it for something else. Flora Cardigan by Alison Holloway. Lots of these around. I always feel like they don't really fit properly. It's just me. But they don't, look. It just feels like this should be fuller. Odd, really. But that's the schematic, which I love that word. And we've got The Busy Bee by Sarah Jane Hicks. He's quite self-explanatory, and I could identify that amigurumi. It looks like a bee. It's a bee. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit because I don't feel I'm getting the whole magazine. There we go. All about Bernat. So we've got some Bernat adverts, and I don't know if you've noticed how much the American yarn and the American patterns are kind of infiltrating into our books. Not a bad thing, but we had a supplement in the Crochet Now, which was Lily, Sugar and Cream and Red Heart. And this one's Bernat. Now I can get all of this yarn for my shop, and I do have some of it, but not all. I've only got a little warehouse, so, you know, I can't get everything. So this is the Citria Shrug by Hay Barker. Well, I'm actually reading their fonts. I must be getting acclimatised. This goes from an extra small to a 2XL. And it's one of those kind of bolero kind of shrugs with a very, very fat sleeve. So not my thing, but it's saying it's intermediate. I can't see what would be intermediate about it, but never mind, that's just me. Hop Little Bunny Blanket by Veronica Cromwell. Now I like this. It's got like one of those hoods, as you can see, and it's got big floppy ears. That's quite sweet. That's nice. What's it made with? Is it made with the chenille? So yeah, it's made with the chenille yarn. Well, that would look really nice in some of the Stylecraft Squeeze Me colours. This is Blooming Birdhouse by Sashio Ishii, and lots of little birdies there as well. And there's a little template, not a schematic, but a template. And there it is. Couldn't really use it as a birdhouse, I don't think, because they would poop all over it. No, and you've got like fake birds for it. What am I talking about? It wouldn't really stand up for 5 minutes. Now this is Painterly's Pillow by... No, that one's got me. Tiam Safari, I think that says. That's the one that is... Yeah, I think that's what it says. Crochet with yarn held double throughout. But it does remind me... So this is it. This is the chart. It does remind me of those things by Miu Miu. But it's made with just Signet double knitting yarn, which very inexpensive. This is the Cover Star by Blazenka Simic Borrow, and it's a sweet pastel sweater. I don't mind this actually. I don't like your row after row of the same stitch, so this is really nice. Got quite a pattern to it, and of course you don't have to make these really long sleeves. It's got a little edge in. You could make them 3/4 length and then edge it just the same. I think that's quite nice. Different. It's saying it's adventurous in the schematic back. It's a funny word. Join Crochet Made Simple today and you will get this totally hooked, happy, bruntastically crochet kit. Right, try saying that after a few beers. By Crochet Society, of course, because it is, after all, a Crochet Now thing. So, whoa, what's this? Buds and Blooms blanket. So we had Flower blanket with a very similar name in the other magazine, but these ones are more just granny squares, really. They're not really buds and flowers at all. It's a little tiny daisy on there, but yeah, it's negligible, the actual flower. This is by Kylie Mocha. I've no idea, I can't see it because it's the font, you see, it's a bit iffy. So the Easter wreath is in the Crochet Now magazine. This is in. That very thing is in that magazine. So they've repeated it in this magazine, which is weird. Spring Blossom Scarf by Jane Howarth. I've only just filmed it. It's not up yet. But wow. Well, I'll say it's not up yet. One of these will be before the other. Yet to be decided, but maybe this will be second because of the similarities. Wow. So yeah, we've got a Lovey. It's called Lovey Little Lamb by Zoe Pottrack. Lots of those around, aren't there, on YouTube and stuff. Oh my goodness, Zippy Stripes from Red Heart. So Red Heart design team have come up with this, but you know what it is? It's a mile a minute. And there are a million mile a minutes on YouTube. In fact, I have mile a minutes. Exactly the same as this. Mile a minute. Teaching Granny to suck eggs again, are they? So this is the Chubby Bunny Cushion. I quite like this one. This is Alison Holloway. He is chubby. And what have they... They've used Sirdar colour wheel for this. But any kind of sort of, you know, marbly yarn I do, really. It's marbled. I think chromatic would look good. Starcraft. Oops. Chromatic. So that wanted to come out. That's not very good, is it? But it's sort of done all the way up, just flimsy. Pretty in pink. Again, we've got some yarn. We have West Yorkshire Spinners, Colour Lab DK in pink, candy pink. The Signet Yarns, Little Ones DK. We have Rowan Summer Light and Rico Design Creative Cotton, King Cole Simply Footsie, all of these. And they're just showing you them in the stuff, really, not doing any kind of review. That's the word I'm looking for. Ashbury Shawl by Catherine Noronha. But that will probably be Noronia, if you know, when I look at the names of Brazilian footballers, they're kind of ear. So Catherine Noronha, maybe, might be wrong. So it's just a basic granny shawl with tassels. Hop Along Bunting. Now this is, I believe, in the other magazine as well. Am I seeing things? But no, it is. I'm sure it is. Why? Why is it? Why are they doing that? Clucky the Chicken by Lauren Willis. Clucky the Chicken I've seen before, but not necessarily straight on, you know, but I know I've seen that before. We have Fresh as a Daisy Blanket by Charlotte Voga. I think those are just added afterwards to hexagons, like solid hexagons. But yes, they are. They're sewn on. Okay, Candy Bars Shawl. Similar to one that was in the other one. Not the same, but similar. But it is a wonky one, you know, where you've got this long, so you can throw it over one's shoulder. Wonky, I like to call it. Hot Cross Hats by Babs Riolin. Oh, I don't know. Stupid font. Not keen on the font, guys. Not keen on the hat, to be honest. But this is the Serenity Doily by Zoe Potrak. And that is very pretty. Very pretty. I like that. Nice doily. Oh, Easter Kids by Sashio Ishii. Stash busting make. This much of your stash will be busted, because considering that this is a cup, it's not going to bust a lot, is it? Unless you make 25,000 of them. No is the word. 2 pages there, guys. Very stuff. So this is the Pink Bloom Blanket by Elizabeth Davis D. Herrera. Oh, I don't know. Stupid font and a name I can't pronounce, so do apologise. Looks familiar. I don't know if it looks familiar because it was on the cover. Is it on the cover? No. Does that mean it's in the other magazine then? I think this one might be in the other magazine as well. Goodness gracious. We've got a basket of chicks. Is that on the front? Basket of chicks? No, because I've seen it. It's in the other magazine, isn't it? Or supplement. Oh my goodness. This is the Eiffel Shawl by Heidi McCarthy. That's nice. Even though it is row after row of the same stitch, but this kind of cabled edge, that looks quite sophisticated, I'd say. They're saying they're not so intermediate. That's because of this bit. But yeah, that's nice. I like that. Very, very nice. We've got Baby Bunny hat. He looks really impressed to be wearing that, doesn't he? She. He. I'd say she, because it's got pink top, but then again, blue hat. So who knows? Hannah Cross does. Honey cushion. Doesn't look like a cushion, but I suppose it is. Just thin. Maybe a thin cushion. Got bees and flowers, but they are sewn on. And then Cotton Candy Bunny. I like the look of this guy. I have to say, very thin pages. That's why they split before. That's him from her from the back. Call him a him. He's got a dress on. Well, you don't know these days anyway. So there we go, the how to doy bits, which I didn't see in the other magazine, funny enough. How to do, abbreviations. Next time we've got, wow, very busy blanket in mosaic type doodah. An adorable amigurumi dog. Little ones will love. Well, I don't know whether they'll love it or you will. On trend accessories. They're doing this on trend stuff a lot. And then I look at the trends and I think, Okay, so that's it. What do you think of the magazine? This was definitely in the other magazine. That's what caught my eye. That was definitely 100% in the other magazine. And I guess maybe there was a chance I saw this here, but no, I think it was definitely in the other magazine. So guys, scrutinise it for me. Tell me I'm not going crazy. Those things were in both magazines, weren't they? Honestly, I do believe they were. But it's $4.99, and if you didn't buy the other one, you'll get some of those patterns in this. That's just, I feel like, they shouldn't do that. We're paying double for both magazines. We're paying. So we shouldn't get the same stuff if we buy both. I feel quite strongly about that. But, all in all, it's $4.99, this magazine. And they do have a few ads, but no more than, certainly, probably less than some. We all got to admit that, we're going to see loads of Crochet Society because they advertise their own stuff. But all in all, I like this magazine. I like the fact you don't get any frills, you don't get any extras. And I had to say that I feel like Crochet Now are sort of listening because they gave a lot away this time. Where, maybe they do listen. But anyway, let me know what you think. What do you like? What don't you like? And tell me, are they in the other Open With Me for Crochet Now this month? Am I going crazy? It's a possibility, but, see one, see more, don't you really? Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye for now.